Hi everyone! Let me ask you something. What is the first thing you usually do when you wake up? For many of us, it's not brushing our teeth or eating breakfast. No, it's reaching for our phone, right? Maybe to check notifications, scroll to TikTok, peek at Instagram stories, or read the latest group chat messages. Sounds familiar? That's because media has become such a big part of our daily lives. From the music that hypes us in the morning, to the YouTube tutorials we use for our school projects, even down to the memes that make us laugh. It's all media. But here's the catch. Just because we use media all the time doesn't mean we're using it wisely. We live in a world where information spread faster than ever. Sometimes true, sometimes not. That's why it's not enough to just consume media. We have to understand it, question it, and know how to use it responsibly. And that, my friend, is exactly what today's lesson is all about. Introduction to Media and Information Literacy. By the end of this session, you'll see that it's not just about scrolling or watching. It's about being smart and responsible in the digital world. Ready to dive in? Let's get started.
The word media, in its core, media refers to the different channel or tools we use to communicate and share message with others. Without media, information should spread very slowly and we'd only know what's happening in our immediate surrounding. Think about this. When you watch a basketball game on your TV, the player may be kilometers away but media brings the action right to your living room. When you listen to your favorite podcast while commuting, you're connecting with someone's voice and ideas through media. Even the poster you see promoting a concert or the loudspeaker announced during school plug ceremony, those are also form of media.
Now, we usually group media into two main categories. The first one is traditional media. This includes newspapers, magazines, radio, and televisions. These have been around for a long time and are often used by older generations. For example, your grandparents might still prefer reading the newspaper with their morning coffee. The next one is digital media. This is everything that happens online: social media, apps, blogs, website, video platforms, even the emojis you send in Messenger. Digital media has made communication faster and more interactive. So whenever you're watching, reading, or even posting.
Let's talk about literacy. Traditional literacy means the ability to read and write. But in today's context, it's more than just knowing your ABCs. It's about understanding and making sense of what you read, hear, or see. For example, let's say you are following a recipe to bake a brownies. Literacy is just being able to read 1 cup of sugar. It's understanding what that means and how to apply it. So you end up with brownies that taste great, not a kitchen disaster. Another example, if you read a short story in English class, literacy is meant not only read the words but also getting the message, the depth and emotion behind the text. It shows literacy help us not just to read words but to make meaning, and that skill becomes even more powerful when applied into the media.
Now let's put the two together. Media literacy. This refers to the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, and even create media content in a wise and responsible way. It's like wearing special glasses that help you see media clearly, what's real, what's fake, what's helpful, and what might be hurtful. Here's an example. Imagine you see a post online claiming that drinking a certain juice can cure our diseases. A person without media literacy might believe it right away and share it to friends. But a media literate person will stop and think, who posts this? Is this backed up by science or is it just clickbait? Being media literate means you don't just swallow everything you see or hear. Instead, you post, ask questions, and then make a smart decision about what to believe or share.
Let's zoom in on information literacy. This is your ability to find, judge, and to use information properly. Think about all the times you've had to research for school. It's tempting to just copy and paste from the first website you find. But that's not being information literate. If you get it from a meme page on Facebook, that's questionable. Information literacy is really about knowing how to dig for the truth and use it responsibly. Here's a practical example. Let's say your teacher assigns you to make a report about climate change. If you pull info from NASA or the UN, that's reliable.
Next up is technology literacy. This is all about knowing how to use digital devices, apps, and platforms in smart and efficient ways. In today's world, it's not enough to just own a smartphone. You need to know how to maximize it. For instance, being tech literate means you can create a presentation using PowerPoint or Canva, not just play games. It means you know how to send professional emails, use online tools for group projects, or even troubleshoot when your laptop suddenly won't connect to Wi-Fi. It's also about safety, like recognizing scam messages or avoiding clicking suspicious links. Remember, technology is powerful, but if we don't know how to use it,
Responsible use of media and information. Now comes the most important part. How do we use all of this responsibly? Because, let's be honest, media can either build or break depending on how we use it. Here are 5 key practices for responsible use of media and information.
Protect your personal information. Your personal details like your home address, contact number, or even the exact location of your school are like keys to your private life. Sharing them carelessly online can attract strangers, scammers, or even hackers. Example, if you always post your location while you're still there, it could put you at risk. Better to share it later or not at all. Think of your personal info as treasure. Keep it safe.
Respect other people's privacy. We all deserve dignity both offline and online. Before you post a picture that includes friends, classmates, or even stranger in the background, ask yourself, did you agree to this? Imagine being tagged in the photo you did like or here's a video where you look unprepared. That can feel embracing. Respecting privacy means putting yourself in other shoes before you link and upload.
Everything online is true, and not everything that looks professional is accurate. Fake news spread faster than truth, especially on social media. Example, during big events like election or disasters, false information spreads like wildfire. A responsible user checks the source, compares it with other outlets, and then decides whether it's reliable. By doing this, you're not only protecting yourself, you're also protecting your community from panic and lies.
Keep your digital account safe. Think of your social media account as an extension of yourself. If someone gains access to them, they can impersonate you, message your friends, or even scam people in your name. That's why strong passwords are a must. Mix letters, numbers, and symbols. Don't use abuse most like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or your birthday. And remember, even your close friends don't need to know your password. Keep it private, update it often, and activate two-factor authentication if you can.
Use media uplift, not destroyed. Words matter, especially a single harmful comment can reach someone days, but a positive message can do the opposite. Instead of separating negativities, use your platforms to encourage others. Sharing stories that inspired make great content that entertains, or simply drop a kind comment Friends, social media is powerful, so let's use it as tool to separate light, not hate. Thank you.
Remember your safety and other privacy. Truthfulness, account of security, and possibility are the 5 cornerstones of responsible media use. Master there and you won't just be consumer. You be a leader in the digital world.
To wrap things up, media and information literacy, it's more than just reading or scrolling. It's about thinking deeper, questioning what you see, and making choices that are safe and wise. Every time you post or share, or even react, you're living a digital footprint. So ask yourself, is this true? Is this safe? Is this kind? Together, let's make the digital space a place for learning, connecting, and inspiring. Thank you for joining me today, and remember, be wise, be responsible, and always stay media literate.